Where you are now is merely a reflection of your past thoughts. So to change all of this, everything that's going on in your life right now, we got to work on this. And we're going to do that. We're going to continue to do that here on this channel. Those of you that are rocking with me, welcome back to Grow Rich, Grow Happy. I got some bullish news for you guys. I got some bullish news on Ethereum, which is also means it's bullish news on everything that falls on the Ethereum network. But overall, it's bullish news on the crypto market as well, even though we're down today. I want to keep you guys uplifted when it comes to cryptocurrency because it's not going nowhere. It's not going nowhere. Got your ups, got your downs. It's no different in the stock market, except that we stay open 24/7. That means it's money being made 24/7. Holidays, it doesn't matter. I'm going to jump right over here to this article that I came across. And it says Ethereum price to hit $22,000 by 2030, predicts VanEck. And in this particular company, this is like an investment company, and they're a global asset manager. When I saw this, I was like, man. Now, I already knew that Ethereum it's just inevitable now that it is deemed a ETF that normal everyday investors, people with 401ks and different things that can get off into crypto, they can, kind of like put a foot or a toe in crypto now by way of these ETFs, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Some say Solana is to follow. Don't know. Haven't heard any more updates on that, but anything's possible now. But this particular global asset manager, they predicted that, and they predicted this on Wednesday, that the price of Ethereum will reach $22,000 by the end of the decade. Folks, we already know time flies, and this decade, look at it. We're already like halfway through this year already before 2025. So they're basically saying by the next bull run, Ethereum, this is what the kind of asking power is going to be up at $22,000. What that means is for a lot of us over here, let's do this. Let's do this right quick. I was checking them out, but we're gonna go over here to Coin Market Cap, and I want to show you something right quick. And you look at Ethereum. Ethereum is number 2. A lot of things fall up under Ethereum. Ethereum is Bitcoin is a granddaddy. Ethereum is probably a grandmother to cryptocurrency. Look at this steep fall off. Yeah, that happened today. So I don't know if you guys looked at your portfolios. They're down significantly. We've given back a lot of the profits that we had, but hey, who cares? This just means more opportunities for you guys. I know a lot of you out there too. You don't have a lot of funds to play with, or I'm not gonna say some of you don't have a lot of funds to play with. It's where we choose to spend our money. So I'm a firm believer. If you have a lot of, if you're doing a lot of extracurricular things like, going. I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself, but I'm saying if you're buying a bunch of shoes, you're buying a bunch of clothes, you're buying a bunch of new cars and different things of that nature, and you still can't come up with a few dollars to invest in your future, then that's more so of a priority thing where we choose to put our priorities. But anyway, so I look at opportunities like this, and you look at Ethereum. Ethereum right now is $3,678 at the time of making this video, and that'll get you an entire Ethereum. It's kind of like where I told you guys where we had the video about where to invest your money if you only had like 500, 600, $700. And so you're looking at something like this, and you're wondering if you should get in and like try to buy entire Ethereum. I say not if you are just coming into crypto and you have the limited funds to play with. But if you look at this, you get back to this article here, and remember, this is just a prediction. This is just an asset manager that believes it's going to get that high. Personally, I also do think Ethereum's going to get that high. I believe it's going to go further than that in the long term. But anyway, so they said while Ethereum has generated 3.4 billion in revenue over the past year, 3.4 billion. That's nothing to sneeze at. They additionally see that figure reaching 51 billion by 2030. Now they're taking into consideration a lot of things, and I'm going to go over that with you. But they're also looking at what Bitcoin is going to do as well. Because if Ethereum plans on hitting something like 22,000, Bitcoin, this bull run, people are really guesstimating that it's going to be way over $100,000 Bitcoin. So you look at Ethereum, the grandmother right behind it, you're looking at some serious money. So it's one of those early investments that you guys are seeing really, really early. And for Ethereum and plays like that, again, it's not financial advice, but I look at plays like Ethereum and I say, if if you already have your other bags or your main bags, by now you guys should at least have your 5 to 10 tokens or lower that you believe in and that you're going to build the multiples in. By now you should have that. And I feel like once you have those bags together, and then again, this is more portfolio advice. And in my opinion, just the way I look at some of the things, the way I view portfolios, if you already have your bags and they're pretty much you're starting to get the multiples in the different tokens, your token plays that you're going to stick with, at least unless you hear something otherwise or something that doesn't sit right with you. I feel like then you can look at plays like Ethereum. You can look at plays like this and say, okay, now I'm going to start dollar cost averaging into Ethereum, maybe, and depending on how much you got to play with, maybe $50 one week or $25 another week, or maybe you set a goal of making maybe $100 into it a month. And that's how you start building on plays, the big plays like these Ethereum plays, because then that's going to add up. And you got to think this is a slow process to get to this. But here's it, and so you can feel bullish on an investment like this. Again, these are safe plays. Okay, so to feel safe about this even more, they said that we believe Ethereum is a revolutionary asset with few parallels in the non-crypto financial world. And they also went on to say that Ethereum network is likely to continue its rapid market share growth from traditional finance market participants and increasing big tech, because now everybody can just get involved with it. They also characterized it as a centerpiece of its own financial system, as its network already secures over 90 billion people, $90 billion in stable coins. Remember how I was saying Ethereum, they just got all these tokens that fall up under them that work on their network. That's $90 billion in stable coins, around 7 billion in tokenized assets. And we already discussed the whole real world assets and how by 2030 also you're going to be looking at like $10 trillion in real world assets. So all that's going to tie back in to Ethereum. And a lot of these plays, your Ondos and all of this, they're on Ethereum. And then they say 308 billion in digital assets. It's right here. You guys, I wish I could really, really just illustrate how lucky a lot of you guys are that are just getting into crypto. Because while crypto isn't new and it's now starting to really just grow as an industry overall, you guys couldn't be getting in a better time than this right here. Right here. I don't want you guys to, and that's the reason I'm making this video. I'll show you something else here, because I jump over here, click back over here. Look at crypto bubbles. Look at all this red. Look at all this red. Look at the hour. Look at this. This is a red day. The charts are screaming. I mean, what are we down? Down almost 3%. And again, you guys, especially you newer investors of crypto, you look at this and say, "What's going on?" Remember, I always tell you to zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. I want to zoom out for the year and just look at it overall. Look at this. Look at this. My hat goes off to all of you who decided to get into crypto. Those of you that have gotten tired of sitting on the side. Tell you something. If articles like this right here, Ethereum hitting $22,000 price tag by 2030 doesn't just make your hair stand up, and not in a bad way, just give you goosebumps like, yeah, you know what? I hold some Ethereum. Or I hold some of those altcoins down below that's averaging like up to like $90 billion. 90 billion. You guys are gonna be into some serious money. And you remember how I was telling you guys in the last video about your portfolios that you should really take a good look at your portfolios. Yeah, you should do that. But you also now, the next step in being a crypto investor or becoming a crypto millionaire, a thousandaire, just financially free as a whole, which all this is a process. You need to also look at where your money is going. Remember how I said look at what tokens you had? Now it's time to look at your finances as a whole and say, okay, where am I putting things? Am I buying too many shoes like Mr. Foresight, like me? I just buy too many shoes. It's an addiction. And I've really slowed that down because I look at some of them and I say, okay, man, you could have bought X amount of Rondo with that. That's the type of things you need to do, me included. You have to sit back and say, okay, it's time to tighten this bootstrap and say, okay, I need some extra funds, some extra money to put into crypto. What can I minus? Can I say, okay, rather than going and buying fast food or eating out 4 times a week, 3 to 4 times a week, maybe I can cut that down to maybe one time a week. And maybe I cannot go to the theater as much as I've been going, or go shopping and buying just things I really don't really need right now. It's going to be time for that. It's going to be a time when you can do all of that. I'm telling you, this thing called cryptocurrency, I'm telling you guys, this is going to be the best decision that you've ever made. Not financial advice. It's going to be the best decision you've ever made. So I want you to look at your portfolios. Don't be afraid. Look at your portfolios. Look at this. This day, today, look at this. Look at all this red right now. For the whole day, oh man, it's horrible. And I bet you if I go to the top 200, it's just ugly. It's ugly right now. I want you to look at your portfolios and I want you to look at them. I guarantee they're down right now. A lot of you don't check your portfolios all the time. I check mine religiously all the time. That's a habit. That's a guilty pleasure of mine, even on days like today. Because when I see these drastic drops in my portfolio, that lets me know, okay, I can add more of something. I can add more of something. And if you don't have the funds to do it, you can say, okay, how can I do this? What am I spending on? What extra things am I spending on that I really don't need, that I can invest in myself? And I'm telling you, this right here will be the best thing you ever did, people. Because even the experts are looking at this. And I think he's being conservative with this. I think the company, they're being conservative by saying 22,000 by 2030. I think they're really being conservative because when I look back at a price like this, and you're talking about a $22,000 price tag, we're gonna look at $3,681 and say, man, that was cheap. That was cheap. Because to the people who had an opportunity to get in Bitcoin, even when it was down this low to maybe under $4,000, and now Bitcoin is trading at $69,000. What do you think they're looking at? They're looking like now, like, man, I'd have sold my car to buy one Bitcoin back then if I knew what I know now. And I believe that when you look at this Ethereum price right here, you don't even have to do this because where people like me was looking at Bitcoin at $300-400. Like, man, if I knew what I knew now, well, I can look at an Ethereum price right now and say I do know what's going to happen in the future. And I look at that 2030 because you got to think it's a whole bunch of things that's going to be connected with these dots. You're going to be looking at those real world assets. You're going to be looking at all of the tokens that fall within Ethereum. You're gonna be looking at all those tokens, and all they're gonna do is continue to make money. All they're gonna do, these projects are gonna continue to grow. What do you think that's going to do for Ethereum? These tokens are a lot of these tokens are tied to Ethereum. Yes, they're gonna branch off. Some of them are gonna branch off into their own networks, but Ethereum is the grandmother. Ethereum is the grandmother. So I just wanted to bring that to you guys and let you know this is bullish. And not only is something like this right here, just this small article, you need to be able to look at stuff like this and see how does it affect the whole market. It's part of research. You look at $22,000 and you say, I'm bullish. Remember, Ethereum's not, it's up there with Bitcoin now. It is an ETF. It is an ETF. And for those of you thinking about going out to get an ETF or some Bitcoin ETFs, that's a good way to get it in as well. So you can get a piece of the pie. But if you ask me, the big investment is getting a whole token. The whole token. Because the people who hold these ETFs and different things, they don't really own a piece of the token. They don't. The funds do that they're in, but they don't own a piece. I love that I can say I have Ethereum. I have Ethereum that is being staked right now on Coinbase. I can say I have entire whole Ethereums, and that's a good thing to do. But I didn't start doing that until I made sure. Well, actually, I've been in Ethereum now for a long time. Ethereum's at 3, but I've been in Ethereum now probably since it was at 1200, somewhere around there. Um, I had more Ethereum than I have now. I actually sold a few of my Ethereum to branch off into other plays. Like I told you guys, you have to look at the number and say, okay, how can I take this and spread it throughout? So I took that and I bought other tokens like the H bars and different things because I wanted to balance out my portfolio. So I just wanted to bring you guys that news, that bullish news. I think it's great. Sorry for the length of the video, but again, I had a lot to say. And for all my newer investors and all you veterans, I just want you to train this. You got to look at things a lot different. If you want to get wealthy, you want to get financially free, it all starts with this, your brain, and how your perspective on things. Everything's about perspective. You can either look at today's market where we are right now and say crypto sucks. Look at my money gone. My money have drained out my account. You can either look at it like that, or you can look at it and say, man, it's an opportunity. I can buy some more so that in a few days or a week, doesn't take long in crypto. I hope you guys see that now. It could turn around tonight. You have been that took advantage and bought some of them tokens that was low. So, yeah, it's going to be a great year in crypto. Next great 2 years. Hell, every day in crypto is a great day because crypto is going to give you freedom that stocks can't give you, 401k can't give you. So, all right, guys, with that one, you know what time it is. You already know what time it is. I'm out.